on, guys? MCS Red. Thank you for your purchase of the Tacamo Blizzard marker. So, I'm sure that you spent countless hours deliberating over what marker you're going to purchase. And so you ended up pulling the trigger on a Blizzard. Well, let me tell you, the Blizzard, in my opinion, is based off of one of the most reliable markers ever created, the Tippmann 98. Most of us that have ever played paintball have used a Tippmann 98 countless times, maybe even own one. The Blizzard internally, like I said, uses the Tippmann 98 internals, but cosmetically you get your mag-fed conversion kits, which are also available, or you get the complete markers. Now, we have a couple different varieties of Blizzards available on the mcsus.com website. All of them internally are the same. The differences are the upgrades, both either internally or the accessories as far as externally. There are a few things as a mag-fed player that you want to understand, and I want you to know while your marker is being built and tested for you before we ship it out. What I have here is one of the Blizzard complete markers that we offer. The Blizzard is comprised of a clamshell design, which means the trigger and on both sides is made up of two shells. They're connected via these screws located on the body here. Internally, it's very simple. If you know of or seen any of our other quick guides on the Vortex or the Bolt, essentially it's the same. The only differences between the Blizzard and the Bolt really are its external upgradability and then also its components. With the Blizzard, you have a hammer, which is this part right here that actually gets charged back to actually fire the projectile. You also have your bolt right here that you'll see in this window. It goes right here and it actually goes back and forth to cycle and hit the projectile to allow you to fire it essentially. Then you have your valve. This is a braided hose version, which means that the air is located here at the bottom of the pistol grip. The air travels in through this braided hose and directly into the valve. Now the valve opens and closes depending on when you press the trigger. When the paintball marker is going to be fired, not only does it require pressure to fire the bolt or the hammer forward to fire the projectile, but it also requires pressure, or blowback pressure as we call it, to reset that hammer behind the trigger sear. The trigger sear is the part that actually allows the hammer to sit back and lock back into. So every single time I press the trigger, it allows that hammer to move forward. Now, because there's no air in this, you're not going to hear that blowback or see the blowback pressure reset that hammer, but you get the gist of it. There are two main components that I want you to lubricate when you receive your marker. The first one is right here. Now, you can't see the area because the bolt is in the forward position. As you can see, the hammer is in the forward position here. So what you'll want to do is you will cock back the hammer just enough to expose this O-ring, which you'll see in the chamber there. I like to apply 1 or 2 drops of oil. What kind of oil do you ask? 100% silicone or our RAP4 gold lubricant. Anything that doesn't have a super thick consistency. I like the RAP4 oil because it's more like water. It lubricates these systems very well, and you don't need a lot of it. Something with too thick consistency, if you get dust or dirt in there, what it's going to do is it's going to attract that. It's going to catch that dirt and it's going to build up, and you're going to have issues. You should never really have to open the marker unless you get dirt or grime or anything inside that chamber. Other than that, if you have a paintball break in your breech here or even in the magazine well, it's very simple to get out. All you need to do is pop the pin out of your magazine well and you take it off just like that. Now remember, when you take off your magazine well, it's attached via these hinges here that attach to these two front body screws. From that point, you can actually just dip the front of the marker into some warm water and then dry fire it with air attached to disperse that liquid out of your marker. You do not want to leave liquid inside or water inside of your marker for the fact that it can cause rust, and that's a whole nother bad day that you don't want to have. So that is the first point of lubrication right here on this bolt. And then the second point is your hammer here. There's an O-ring at the front of this hammer, which you can see when the hammer is in the rear position. 1 or 2 drops of the same oil will work just enough. And then you can dry fire it manually a couple times just to disperse that oil into the chamber. Some troubleshooting tips. Keep in mind that when we build your marker, and when you buy a complete marker, it isn't built until we get the order. So a part of our quality control test is that we dry fire and test these markers with 80 rounds. Some with our shape projectiles, the rest with paint. They are then released and pass quality control when they have an average of 275 FPS with a round ball, which means a paintball. And we test with our AG1 paint here, so we know that it's mag-fed ready. Keep in mind also that the Blizzard comes shape projectile ready out of the box. So you'll be able to shoot first strikes or any other shape projectiles on the market. The Blizzard has tons of upgradability. I know that a unit like this doesn't look like much now, but you know, over time, it can look like something like that. So the Blizzard, in my opinion, is a great entry-level marker. It's going to allow you to understand MagFed as a game, and it's going to allow you to be a contender out on the field, even with a basic setup like this. If you're looking for upgrades and you want to know what you can do with your Blizzard, make sure you go to our resources tab and check out the quick guides link in and on the website. That'll give you all the parts and where to find them on our website so you can upgrade this bad boy to your liking. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you ever have any questions or concerns or issues, you can contact us directly through the site on our chat system. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the field.